Hello, and welcome to day 8 of the trading series. And today's trade is, today's trade is just a disclaimer. I'm just going to say it right now. Today's trade is definitely for advanced traders only. And it is not something that I would suggest doing often. It really is like one of those trades that kind of only happens once in a blue moon after you've had like a massive news candle. So I'm here on the US30. I did enter in on the 1 minute time frame, but I did use a 15-minute time frame to like mark up my highs and my low and to kind of just show I wanted to show like the massiveness of what happened here in the market. So on the 15-minute chart, you'll see that there was just this crazy candle that had happened, and it just was massive. And it's just ever since then, the market just kind of was consolidating. And I really wanted to be able to highlight that and get the retracement of it. So what you'll see is that I was waiting for momentum to kind of die off. So there's still a lot of momentum here. Then we go into Tokyo session, which is usually less momentum, into London, still a little bit pushing down, but only kind of touching on this support level that we had already identified. And what I was waiting to see was a rejection off of the support level and trying to just grab a little bit of a deeper retracement of this huge bearish candle. Because there was a little bit of retracement here, but I really wanted to see a bit of a deeper retracement because I know from my experience trading indices that they do tend to retrace a little bit deeper than that. Usually they go closer to like a 50, 60, 70, or 80 mark. And this wasn't even a 50. So I was kind of targeting that. I did see, as you can see here, mark up on the 15-minute, there was a rejection at this support level. And then I dropped to the 1 minute for an entry. So here's the 1 minute time frame and what the chart looked like. This is the same purple line, like I said, that was the rejection area that I had seen, where price is just kind of accumulating around that price point. And I was just waiting to see some sort of breakout with bullish pressure because there was lots of like consolidation happening, and I just knew that the bearish pressure just was done with. The momentum had been dying off. So I was waiting to see if I could get a bullish breakout, which ends up happening here. You can see that I have my upright smiley face and this really nice, strong bullish candle breaks out, and this zone that I had marked up, so more than breaks in. I was lucky that this was kind of going back and forth, so I was able to get in on a pretty good price. Once I had seen it kind of shoot up around this level, it had retraced back a little bit, and I knew that was my chance just because the volume in the market and the momentum of the speed that this candle had like shot out of the breakout with, because I was watching the charts, was just so strong. So I knew it was like, okay, here it is. Like, here's what we're looking for volume-wise. So I did enter in. Just a little note, you should be waiting till close of candle. And that would have been way up here for a lot of people, which still probably would have put you into profit, depending on like where you put your stop losses. But it's just for me, I've been doing this a little while, and I was watching on the 1 minute time frame. So if you are a little more experienced, that's why I'm saying please only somebody who's experienced do this, because technically you are trading against the overall trend. If you are looking to do this and you're experienced, you can look to maybe like try to find a better price point while the candle is retracing, but only if you're an experienced trader and you're already comfortable counter trend trading. In this case, though, I was comfortable doing it. And again, I wasn't shooting for the moon at all. I was literally just looking for it to retrace. You can see where my take profit was, just to retrace to the top level that we had seen, like where there had been price action at before. I wasn't even going for the top of this level. I was more than happy with my risk to reward here. This is great for me. So I wasn't going to like push my luck. I just wanted to take the higher probability and target where all the price action had been, and hoping that the market would push to there. Luckily, it did go a little bit above that too. As you can see on the 1 minute, like, there was definitely some more money up here, but I was happy to take the higher probability to take profit and get out with my money. So that was the idea behind this trade. It was a stacked trade. So you'll see it's running, and you can kind of see I kind of got in around the same place. So that's why there's only one trade marked up, because it was the same entry. It was just literally off by 2 points because it was like a couple seconds later clicking enter to buy. But anyhow, so it was the same entry idea. Now the take profits were a little bit different. So what you see marked up here is the 38,500. That's this one, the first trade, that 1 to 4R. So that's what you're seeing here. That's listed like a 1 to 4 risk to reward. The second trade, I had wanted to hold longer, but I had moved it to break even. So that trade was actually supposed to get held up even higher. And thankfully, I did move it to break even because I would have ended up losing it, as you can see. But I did move it and secured it to be slightly in profit once it did go beyond like a 1.5R. That's kind of like my style. Again, I've talked about stacking. I can link the video above for you guys if you want to watch the short on stacking and like how I go about doing it and why I do it. But usually around 1.5R profit, I will look to start securing my trades. So that means I will take my stop loss, which was down here, and I will move it to like somewhere around this area to be slightly in profit. In this case, I did take my stop loss that was down here for trade number 2, and I moved it to like slightly in profit in this area, which is why you'll see that I did make only $107.80 on that trade. But that's okay because the other one I got like the 4R on pretty much. So I'm okay with that. So not a big deal. And that's just how it is that I trade. So I usually will secure at least one of them as soon as I can. And it is what it is. I ended up making $2,107.60 for the day. So not bad at all, especially because this is a 50K account. So still making roughly about 4% on the account, which is huge. So yeah, I'm happy with that. And again, this is definitely a trade that is going against trend. There's truly some very strong bearish momentum here, and you wouldn't typically want to look to buy against something that's like this strong. So make sure that you're understanding that I'm only buying at this point, and the only reason was because I'm looking for a retracement, and I am experienced enough to know that like I'm not looking for it to full on be a reversal or anything crazy like that. I'm just potentially hit certain areas on a like pretend if I had drawn a fib or something like that, pretending like there was a fib on there. And you can draw out your fibs if you want to and like look for those levels. But I was just looking for it to come retest where price action had been on this retracement already. And I did have the like maybe if it went up a little higher to this 38,800 as a goal. And I did write that in there too. But again, that's only after I would have secured my trade. I would never let it just like run initially and never have secured it. So I didn't get there. It's fine. I would have gotten stopped out anyway. So that's good that I did secure my trade. And that's why I was able to still make $100 off of it versus losing it. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was just imagine drawing a Fibonacci on this and like looking at the different levels. And that's kind of how I was looking. My first level of interest was just to be able to collect a take profit around where the price action had already been, and then potentially looking to target this like 38,800 level as my like end all be all level, which would have been about like 80% of this move. If you start the move up here, ended down here, 38,800 would have been about 80% of a retracement, which you can see in indices. And I didn't see it on this move, and it's not a big deal. Again, I would only target that and hold it if I was going to be securing and trailing my trade along the way. So please make sure you understand that. And again, I wasn't looking for it to be a reversal or anything like that. I was well aware of what my bias actually was on the higher time frames and what the trend was really overall doing. I was just looking for retracements. This is not something I suggest for anybody who is inexperienced or anything like that. So this is definitely a more advanced type of trading that I was doing this day. And it worked out in my favor, but you do need to be really meticulous with your risk management and this type of stuff, like this style trading. And that is where I do well usually with my risk management. I would say that's probably like the one thing I'm really good at versus like my trade and entries aren't always the best. I've talked about this before. I definitely leave a lot of money out there on the in the markets, but my risk management is really good, and that is why I do tend to do well with stuff like this. So if you are going to do this, you have to risk manage, please, 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 because you can really do some damage to your accounts if you're not risk managing carefully when you're going against trends. Okay, that is my spiel there, and that is it for this video. And yeah, that was it for this trade. I think that that's all that I can really tell you guys about this. Again, if you're not really advanced trading, please don't even worry about what I did here. If you are a little more advanced with your trading and just kind of like curious about like how this works, Typically, I would do something like this, a reversal type of trading or retracement, when I see just like such a strong momentumous move, like what we had with this candle. Something like this usually catches my attention where I would look for something like a retracement. But otherwise, that is it for this video, you guys, and I will see you for the next one. Bye.